Good morning, everybody. Well, last night there was a little bit of a storm here in Phoenix, so my TV got thrown around. So I'm actually fixing it right now, but it is a gorgeous morning. Actually, today I'm heading over to Las Vegas. I'm gonna do a little bit of a review of JSX. So I booked that about a week ago when I knew I had to go to Las Vegas. I'm like, hey, JSX flies there. Heard a lot of good things about JSX, so I got on their app. It was very easy to do. Filed my little seat, so pretty easy. The app's easy. The website's pretty easy as well. But let's go see what JSX is about. I'm actually really excited to do it because all the feedback that I have from all my friends said they were awesome. So let's go check it out.
Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up.
So one of the things I'm really excited about flying on JSX is the ability to fly within 20 minutes of the departure time. So I could just load my bags up, be there 20 minutes before, and I should be able to get on theoretically. Kind of like a private jet, but I don't get to drive up to the airplane, but that's okay. The price is right. One of the things I really like about this whole JSX experience is the ability to show up to the airport 20 minutes before departure. That's what JSX says. I'm gonna give myself about 30 minutes, maybe even 35, just to give myself a little bit more time in case anything goes wrong. But that's a lot better than showing up 2 hours prior to your flight. And with valet parking over there, it's an additional price, but that's kind of cool. You get to drive in, valet park your car if you're going over for the weekend, and they're gonna have it ready for you when you get back. I am not gonna valet this time. All right, let's go check out JSX. One of the first things I do have to say about JSX is you're at the wrong airport. It's kind of a pain to get to the Phoenix airport, and I know there's some constraints on what they can do, but this is kind of the first thing where I'm like, nah, if you're gonna fly this style of flying, probably the best is to have it at Scottsdale or maybe even Deer Valley. I don't know if that's possible, but maybe we should look into that. Well, a little bit different, not as crowded as a terminal, so that's kind of nice. Looks like they got a little security thing over there, but not too bad. There's definitely a lot less chaos than the terminal. We are exactly 30 minutes from departure. I just showed up to check in, so we're still kind of waiting a little bit, but not bad. Just kind of see how this works. Kind of like a normal FBO. They've got drinks over there, they've got water, little coffee machine, but showed up half an hour. The line's probably, it's got a little bit bigger. So I would say if you're showing up 20 minutes prior, you're cutting it a little close. So half an hour is probably the best. The parking situation here, you know, it's at the Jackson Jet Center FBO. So the FBO is on the other side. So if you're flying private, you're gonna be flying out of the other side. With JSX, they occupy this side of it. So the parking situation is a little bit tough. If you're gonna valet park, it's probably the best, but I saw valet parking, there's a little bit of a line too. So overall, I think if you're pushing 20 minutes, it's gonna be tight here. Again, I think this model would be awesome if it was in Scottsdale or Deer Valley, perfect. A little bit bigger of a parking deal, but anyways, it's not bad. I'm just nitpicking. But the check-in process, it's kind of like a normal airline check-in process. A little bit quicker. They do have some security protocols here, which is nice to see, especially if you're jumping on an airplane. It's semi-private is what they call it. I think it's more like a luxury airline. The process is still kind of the same. We'll go through security here in a little bit, and then he said we'd be boarding about 20 minutes prior. So again, the airplane fits about 20 people, so it's not super big, so we should be able to board pretty quick. All right, guys, here it is. Pretty cool boarding. I'd much rather take 582 Delta. I have a thing for Gulfstreams. Coming soon. Anyways, no, JSX, man, this is actually, the experience has been pretty good. Flying a Vanderpump Dogs. So Oh, that's cool. Embraer 145?
135.
135. All right, there you go, man. Ballin'. All right, now here's the seats. The seat, kind of a normal seat, I'm guessing. They do have electrical outlets, right? They do have electrical outlets. So if you want to plug in, it's not USB or anything like that, but seats, fairly comfortable. It's kind of like an airliner seat on a 1 and 2 seat configuration. So it's could be a little bit more comfortable. Again, I'm nitpicking, but this flight was $380, so it wasn't like taking a $5,000 one-way over to Vegas. So it's a lot cheaper, and the boarding experience was a lot better than flying on the airplane. All right, guys.
See you again.
Thanks,
Thank
brother.
you.
Appreciate it. All right, first time on JSX. I would say overall experience good. Not bad. Better than the airline. But thanks, man. But really good experience. I'd say that. And it's got the fly one of kind of a cool airplane back there. So anyways, now it's off to the Uber and off to our deal. That was awesome. Yeah, it was good. In the Uber, so man, again, the parking situation in Phoenix is not great. I got dropped off and it's kind of tight, but the overall experience I would say is good. You know, it's not flying private. Even though they say it's semi-private, it's not. It's nice going to an FBO. It's not a full up FBO as you guys seen with some of the getting in and out of the buildings, but it's still a lot better than the alternative. So you avoid, the biggest thing for me is you can show up, you know, probably 30 minutes prior. You're gonna wait a little bit, it's okay. The biggest thing is the security. And from someone who flies for a living, the security measures that they have in place are great and they are not intrusive. So you don't have to wait in that god-awful line going through TSA. It's complete disaster every time. This is worth it just for that. The fact that you show up and go through security relatively easy and it's not very evasive. So anyways, here in Vegas, going to a conference and flying JSX, again, overall review, I think it was great. You know, again, it's not flying private. It cost me, I think, around $350 for this one leg. It would be 10 times that if I did a private flight to come to Vegas on my own. So, is it worth the price? I think so. Compared to the alternative, I'd probably still be waiting in the terminal right now and going through the massive crowds and all that stuff. So, you know, it's a little bit more, but it may be worth it for you, it may be not, but for me, it was worth it. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the review. JSX, I would recommend if you had the opportunity.